We've tested out a lot of off-meta teams in Genshin Impact involving Natlan characters, so today we're going to be going over some of my favorite ones. Enjoy! Here we have a wild Kachina, dancing in the wilderness. Oh no, wait. It seems like she's getting attacked by a group of rogue Saurians, but there's nothing she can do because she can't be a DPS. Oh my goodness! Hey everybody, my name is TyPom and welcome to Season 2 of Off Meta. Today we're going to be turning Kachina into a devious DPS and see if she can clear Abyss and take down some bosses as well. But before we get into all of that action, let's check out our team and build first. Alright everybody, let's get started with today's showcase by overviewing Kachina's build. So she is going to be running Footprint of the Rainbow, which is the only defense scaling polearm in the game. It was the new craftable released in Natlan, as I'm sure many of you know. It is a really good weapon on her if you want to make her into a DPS, as it of course has a very high defense secondary stat, and it also increases your defense when you use an elemental skill. So it is just a very good polearm for Kachina. Maybe I should be using my 5-star options, but you know what, I was like, I want to give her the polearm that looks the best on her, because let's be honest, we're playing this game because of the fashion, right? Right. For artifacts, we're going to be running 4-piece Husk of Opulent Dreams. Now, the reason I'm running this set over the one that came out at the beginning of Natlan's release, which is really good for a lot of DPS characters from Natlan, I just don't have I just don't have the set yet. I've been farming, and honestly, I've been getting really cracked support pieces. Like, come on, guys, let me show you this one I got. Where is it? This one is 34.2% crit damage on the support set. What's up with that, guys? I need that on the actual DPS set. Anyway, I don't know who's gonna use that. That's just kind of funny. I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, we are going to be running Husk of Opulent Dreams, and all the stats are displayed on your screen now, just in case you want to go ahead and overview my artifacts. Some of them are pretty good, some of them aren't, though. You know, we try to balance it out, though. We try to balance it out. Anyway, for this showcase, Kachina is going to be C1, and you're like, why are you doing a C1 showcase? Well, C1 is actually pretty important for sustaining her uptime on the field. Now, C2 is also really good, but you know what? I didn't really want to do that much pulling. I did get lucky, and I actually did snipe this copy on stream, which you should check out my stream, guys. I stream mostly every Tuesday. But anyway, enough selfless promotion. This is actually really good because it helps get her burst up, and her burst is actually a really big chunk of her damage. So it's actually pretty important. This one helps generate her energy, and this team is very energy efficient. I'll go over the team in a second. And finally, the talents. This is what everyone's waiting for. They're going to be 1, 9, and 8. And you guys are probably like, what the hell are you doing putting almost a crown? No, I didn't put a crown on her. But leveling this talent up to level 9. Since Kachina is, you know, she has multipliers that are, you know, interesting to say the least. We do need to invest quite a bit to make DPS Kachina a reality. So that is what I've done, 9 and 8 on the skill and burst respectively. I have got decent success with her as a DPS as long as we follow a very strict rotation. I'll get to the rotation when we go and test her out. But this is what I found gets decent numbers out of her. Again, if you want even more investment, you can do more investment. But personally, I think this is fine for me. So that's the overview of my build. She's also going to be running 67.2% crit rate, as well as 144.8% crit damage, as well as 2,098 flat defense. But that's not going to stay like that for very long because we're going to be running Goru. Now, Goru is actually very good in this team because he provides so much, especially at C6. It's kind of brutal win, guys. Get your C6 Goru out here. It's time to build DPS Kachina. But he has a lot of very nice talents, a lot of very high-level talents that are going to help boost up Kachina's defense. He's also just going to be running Favonius. And, of course, Husk of Opulent Dreams. And, of course, we have Zhong Li who's going to be running Golden Troop. Now you're like, what are you doing running Zhongli and Golden Troop? Because I wanted to list a little bit extra damage in there. This is off meta, guys. We got to do it right. So we're going to be running Zhongli on Golden Troop, Favonius, C0, and some decent levels on the towns as well. And then finally is Farina. Now, Farina is actually very interesting in this team because she is actually going to be working in tandem with Goru's C4, believe it or not, which is actually a healing constellation. So we're going to see how well we can make that work together. There's a lot of interesting components that come together to work with this team. But yeah, that is pretty much my whole team, and I'm sure you guys want to see this team tested out. So let's go ahead and do that against World Level 9, which is, you know what, World Level 9 is quite a doozy we're dealing with here for the beginning of the off-meta series. But you know what, we're going to deal with it, and Kachina is going to show us how she can take down those bosses. Alright, Kachina, let's go do it. Let's go do it, girl. Alright, first boss boss we're going to be fighting today is indeed the Dendro Chicken. Let's go ahead and start this rotation real quick. Let's see if I can remember it actually, because you know what? I'm sometimes not the best at doing this stuff. Okay, so we're actually going to start off with Zhongli's skill here. Then we're going to burst and skill with Farina, and then we're going to go ahead and use Goru. Press his E and skill, and then we're gonna go ahead and switch to Kachina, burst, and let's do some ground pounds. 81k on that burst, by the way, guys. 21k's, 22k on those drill attacks. I guess that's what we'll call them. We're gonna switch back to Zhongli now, and we're gonna work on getting our energy up for everybody here. Here we go. Let's go ahead and burst with Farina, use her skill. Then we're going to go ahead and burst with Goru as well. And then we're going to go ahead and go back into drill mode. Let's see if we can take this guy down. And one last burst. 78k on the last hit. Oh my gosh, guys. That is super duper satisfying. But the rotation, guys, is actually pretty solid. I think she works pretty well as a DPS in this team here. And of course, we do have Goru for that little bit of extra healing. It's pretty interesting how Goru and Farina's interaction is here. I really do like using Goru as the healer to proc Farina. And you know what? In a Mono G team with Kachina, it actually works pretty damn well. So I'm honestly pretty happy with that. Anyway, let's go ahead and fight one more boss. Okay, everybody. The next boss we're going to be fighting is indeed the Aeon Blight Drake. Another one of my favorite bosses to fight. Alright, let's go ahead and start up this rotation as quickly as we can here. Let's go ahead and switch to Farina, skill and burst with her, and then let's do the same with Goru here. Okay, we're gonna then activate Kachina, burst with her. 84k on the burst. That is honestly crazy, guys. Oh my god, I love seeing those big numbers. Okay, let's burst with Zhongli, put down his meteor again. Let's try to funnel some energy here. We always got to get some energy, guys. We always got to get our energy up. Okay, let's go like that. Use that with Zhongli. Then we're going to burst and skill with Goru again. And then we're going to go ahead and swap to Kachina. Let's do our ground pounds again right here. And then burst. Oh my god, 90k on that. And he's dead. And he's dead. Again, it's a 2-rotation team most of the time to take down some of these chunky world bosses. But guys, it's a pretty solid team that have been able to work at C1. Almost C0. But again, C1 is kind of important for this team just because of the energy costs on Kachina. But again, guys, this team is pretty fun to play. I like playing this more than like Mono Geo Ito, which is kind of crazy. I prefer playing the 4-star Mono Geo DPS over the 5-star one. Kachina's ground pounding is just so much fun. I have no idea what to say, guys. I have no idea what to say. Anyway, I do actually know what to say, because just like in the Archon quest, we're going to be sending Kachina down into the Spiral Abyss to see if she can 36 star. Let's go ahead and do that now, guys. Do you think she can do it? Is she too cute for that? Cute and menacing? I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna have to find out though, guys. Alright, let's see if she can do it. Wait. Before we get to Kachina's Abyss run, if you're enjoying the video so far, make sure you don't forget to ground pound the subscribe button. It helps my channel out as we are currently on the road to 2,000 subs, which in my opinion is pretty exciting. Anyway, enough of me babbling. Back to the video. Okay, so we have got Kachina on the second half of the Abyss here. She's looking ready to go, and I'm super excited to see if she can clear this chamber in a good amount of time. We're gonna find out. I am super duper skeptical to see if this team can actually make any headway in the Abyss, but you know, it was performing pretty well against those bosses earlier, so you know what, I'm pretty confident. Honestly, I am pretty confident. All right, 30Ks are hitting right there. That's pretty good in a big burst. 99k. Ooh, okay, that's kind of spicy. Why is that damage actually kind of good? I really like that. Okay, let's throw down Zhongli's meteor here, put down Goru's skill and burst. Very nice. And then we're gonna go ahead and start drilling down with Kachina here. More 32Ks. Very nice. I love to see that, guys. Love to see that. Okay, let's start generating up our energy. Now we're up against this big Hydro boy here. Okay, let's see if we can take this guy down. I don't know though. Hydro is you know, we don't really have any vaporizing going on, so that might be a little bit of a problem, but we're about to find out. Okay, let's start jumping on this guy. There we go. 33Ks. How much here? Oh, didn't crit on the last hit. That's so sad. Okay, that's fine. We still have a minute. We still have a minute to take this guy down. That should be more than enough time, right, guys? Right. I'm sure we'll be fine. I hope we're fine at least. Okay, get our energy up a little bit here. Channel some more particles into Kachina here. Smash down on him. We're seeing consistent 32Ks. Unfortunately, couldn't get my burst off on that rotation. Why is this Hydro guy so chunky? I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Okay, here we go. Come on. We do not got a lot of time left. We do not got a lot of time left at all. Okay, here we go. Try to more particles, more particles. Okay, yeah, put down this, and then we're gonna do this. How does he still have half of his health? Half of his health left. What is this thing? Man, that guy's chunky. Okay, this guy might be a problem. I think it's time for a battle montage. Could you be quiet for a second? Let's do a battle montage. Let's see if I can kill this guy. Damn! Stop! Jeez. Okay, bye. Well, moral of the story, Kachina, overworld DPS, pretty fun. Spiral Abyss, just don't do it. Xilonen is considered to be one of the best support characters in Genshin Impact. With her ability to shred the resistance of enemies and hold the scroll set, she sits comfortably in this role. But since I'm here and this is the off-meta series, you know she's not going to be staying as a support for too much longer. So I guess this question is pretty obvious now, huh? How do you make Xilonen into a DPS? Well, besides your artifacts and 3 teams we'll be going over today, Xilonen does have some DPS potential already baked into her kit. When in a team with more than 1 Geo characters, she can continuously do Geo damage when she's rollerblading around. And by taking advantage of this, we can actually do some surprisingly big damage. Along with that, when she does her burst, it will do more Geo damage when we have more than 1 Geo character, but this does come at the cost of healing, which to be honest isn't too important when you're trying to make her into a DPS. Now that that basic information is out of the way, let's go ahead and overview Xilonen's build so we can start testing out some of her strongest teams I could create. Alright, let's go ahead and start by taking a look at Xilonen's build first. So she's going to be rocking the Flute of Itzpitzel? Question mark? I think that's how you pronounce it. This sword's really good for her damage because it buffs up her defense by quite a bit. Obviously, we have the 69, a very nice number for her secondary stat on her weapon. And we also get the 32% when we use an elemental skill. So overall, very good weapon for her. And I don't have any other options for her, so I'm kind of glad I have this craftable, because I do not have a lot of DPS swords, guys. Not a lot at all. Along with that, we're also going to be running the signature set for Natlan Obsidian Codex. You guys know what this set does. Gives you a lot of crit rate. Yep, a lot of crit rate. That's what it does, and more damage. But you know what? You guys know that already. I knew that. Anyway, the stats of the artifacts are on your screen. If you want to go ahead and pause and take a look, you can. They're nothing too special, honestly, though. They could be better, honestly, but I'm pretty unlucky in that domain. Along with those artifacts, she's going to be C0, so no fancy constellations or nothing. No C6. But you don't need C6 to make her into a DPS. I don't think so, anyway. And finally, her talents are going to be 8, 10, and 8. We obviously leveled up her normal attack a little bit, so we can get some of this nice rollerblade damage with scales off of defense, which is really nice. And this as well, because when you have more than one, I think it's just more than one Geo character in your party, this will help. This will turn into Geo damage instead of healing, so you'll get a really nice big Geo nuke, which is actually pretty cool. Anyway, that's going to be Xilonen. She's also going to have like 2,772 defense and a decent crit ratio as well. Again, this will go up to around 80% when the Obsidian Codex set is active. So yeah, pretty decent build in my opinion. And the first team we're going to be testing is going to be called Rock Punch. This is going to be her normal attack base team. We have Goru, C6 Goru, by the way. That's going to be really helpful, and that will help boost up our damage. And Farina, again, for more damage buffing. We'll be able to get fanfare stacks because Goru heals, which is a pretty cool thing if you have at least 2 Geo characters, which we have at least 2 Geo characters, so that's going to be pretty awesome. And then Zhongli in here is kind of a copium pick, to be honest. I don't have Albedo or, what's her name? Oh gosh, I forgot her name. What's her name? Shiori! I wish we had Shiori, but unfortunately we don't, so we're just going to have to be running the sad Zhongli option, but at least he's good for generating some energy, which this team does need. But yeah, let's go ahead and test out this team. It's called Rock Punch. We're punching people with rocks. Pretty simple idea, honestly. Alright, Rock Punch team is a go. Let's go ahead and wake this guy up. I think we would like to start off this team by getting Zhongli, and then we're going to skill and burst with Farina here. Then we're going to follow that up by doing the exact same with Gore. Then we're going to switch to Xilonen, use her burst. What number can we see here? 80k? 83k I think I saw in Xilonen there. That is honestly pretty good in my opinion. We're doing some decent normal attack damage as well, and he's almost dead. I mean, all things considered, that's pretty damn good in my opinion. We can finish him off here. We'll just have to throw in a couple more things with Goru. And 52k on that dash. Dang! Why is Xilonen so powerful? What? What? I'm actually genuinely shocked. I did not know Xilonen would actually be this actually decent as a DPS. You know what? What's honestly funny? I think I prefer playing her over Ito. I hate playing Ito. I'm sorry, I hate playing Ito. She's actually really fun to play as a DPS. Who would have known? Well, we still have 2 other teams to try out, so maybe they're better than this one. I don't know though. This one was pretty good. We'll try them out though. We have to try them out. We have to try them out first. Okay, so for this next team, we made a pretty simple change and just switched out good old Zhongli for Shan Yun, and pretty much made this into a plunge team now. I don't know how well this is going to perform compared to the normal attack team, but we're going to find out. Maybe plunge is better. I don't know. That's why we're here. We're here to test things out. Okay, plunge team is a go. Let's go ahead and wake up our not best friend. He's definitely not my best friend, but maybe someone's best friend, the Unblight Drake. Alright, let's go ahead and skill and burst with Goru as well. Then we're going to go ahead and burst with Xilonen. Skill with her. Then we're going to start jumping. Normal attacking towards it. Look at the damage. 84k on those plunges. 89k. That is pretty... wow. I mean, damn. Damn. Why is everything dying so fast? I don't even know what to say. I'm actually kind of blown away by how fast we're actually killing this guy. I mean, we're taking this guy down so freaking fast right now. I don't even know what to say. I mean, plunge was definitely better than the normal attack team, I think. I mean, that worked really well. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait to the speed test for us to really figure that out. But we have one more team to test out, and I don't know if that's gonna be faster than this team. But you know what? We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out right now. Okay, so for the last team we're going to test today, it's called Hot Coals because we are combining some Geo and some Burning for this really, really strange team. So we're going to have Emily and Bennett, of course. Bennett will be buffing up Emily and a little bit of Xilonen. Again, Xilonen doesn't skill off attack, but she will still get a little bit of a benefit from it. And then Gore will, of course, be buffing up Xilonen. And yeah, basically these two will be working together, and these two will be working together. And then as a whole team, both of their parts of the damage will come together and create a lot of damage. It's a weird team, but I actually find it pretty fun. So let me showcase it to you right now. Alright, let's go ahead and start this team. And to start, we're actually going to start by doing absolutely nothing. We kind of have to wait for it to wake up first, because placing Bennett against this guy can be a little bit difficult, and he's going to run towards me, which is actually pretty nice. So we're going to go ahead and burst right now, and then we're going to go ahead and throw out Emily's burst as well. We're going to skill again, put down Boru's skill and burst, then we're going to start attacking right now, seeing what damage you can get out. We are killing it pretty fast. Emily's sub DPS is actually really, really nice to have here. Let's go ahead and restart that rotation again as well here. Put out Emily, more Goru, and it's dead just like that. I mean, I think the team is actually pretty solid, and we're going to have to compare it with all 3 other teams in a speed test to see which one is truly the fastest out of these 3. And honestly, I think it might be pretty close, so stay tuned for that. I gotta say, I am actually really surprised by how well DPS Xilonen is performing so far, specifically in her Plunge and Hot Rocks team. We were dealing upwards of 90k on some of those plunge hits, which is really, really awesome. I also liked how the rotation felt for the Hot Rocks team as well. We need to do a bit more testing though before we determine which one of these teams is the best. But before we do that, if you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to subscribe. It lets me know you want to see more off-meta videos like this in the future. Anyway, let's go ahead and do those speed tests now. I wonder who's gonna win this. Okay, let's start with the normal attack rock team. I forgot what it was called. Let's go ahead and start with this one though. Simple rotation, you guys remember, right? Skill burst, and then we're gonna go ahead and use Xilonen's burst here. 83k on that burst. Look at how fast we're killing it though. Xilonen's burst is actually really powerful. Powerful? Blah, blah, blah. Powerful. I love it. Okay. I can't speak. I can't love speaking though. And it seems like this is probably the point where we're stalling here. Oh, and we're so close yet so far. That's so sad. We were honestly pretty close. We just could not get past that final little bit here. Let's go ahead and throw out Zhongli here once again. I believe we can kill this guy still. We're kind of doing damage and finish it off with a burst Xilonen. 83k, not bad at all. Okay, so decently fast, but honestly, what we're really trying to see here is, can one of these Xilonen teams do it in run rotation? And honestly, let's see if the plunge team can. I have a lot of faith in the plunge team, alright? Let's see if that team can one rotation the algorithm. Yeah, that's his name. I always forget his name. It's time for the plunge team. This is the team I have so much faith in. I'm really hoping that this team is able to bring home the victory for the speed test, but let's go ahead and find out here. Let's go ahead and put all that down. Start our burst with Xilonen. Now we're going to start plunging. I mean, look at the damage. 92k. 92k. What? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. It's gone. Okay, wow. Well, the plunge team is really good. I mean, oh my god, it just kills things so fast, man. It kills things so fast. I love the plunge team, guys. Oh my god. But we still gotta test out the last team. Honestly, maybe that team can even do faster. I don't know, but the plunge team is so fun, guys. I love Xilonen plunge. This may be one of the most fun plunge teams I've played in a long time. I love it. I love it. Alright, time for the final team for the speed test. It's Bennett. Alright, let's go ahead and throw Bennett down on the field here. Burst with Emily. Reapply more pyro. Skill and burst with Gory. Y'all know the rotation by now. Let's go ahead and start doing our normal attacks here. Seen some decent damage. Already at half health, which we really love to see here. We're going to go ahead and swap back into Emily and Bennett here. And I mean, look at that. Woohoo! It did it. Oh my god. I can't believe it. Wow. I mean, okay. Wow. I can't believe that this team actually did it. I'm shocked. It was just barely, but we did it, guys. We did it. Emily. I love Emily. What a great sub DPS character, guys. I don't know why this team actually works, but it does. It just does. After comparing our two fastest teams, Plunge and Hot Rocks, the fastest team is 100% the Plunge one. Xilonen just continues to dish out some disgusting damage consistently. Burning Rocks isn't too far behind though, also performing pretty well. Overall, I think both teams are really solid, and if you want to make Xilonen into a DPS, I'd choose between these two. Mavuika is 1000% the most overpowered DPS character we've ever seen in Genshin Impact. The amount of damage she's able to dish out is just really stupid. This got me thinking though, does Mavuika have to be used as an on-field DPS? Well, this led me down a rabbit hole that brought me back to one of the more sideline reactions in the game, Burgeon. Since Mavuika has decent off-field pyro application, she's able to proc Burgeon pretty easily. Along with having decent uptime and her non-reliance on energy, a Burgeon Mavuika team actually looked pretty dang functional. For this team specifically, I put Mavuika on Flower of Paradise Lost, along with the baby girl Kave Claymore for the boost in EM. As for her teammates, I brought Nahida for all of our Dendra needs, and Yelan and Xingqiu for that juicy Hydro application and a little bit of extra damage. By the way, if you enjoy these off-meta videos where we explore new and weird team comps, make sure you hit that subscribe button to let me know you want to see more content like this. Anyway, and now that our team's all sorted, let's go ahead and test it out and see if it will actually work. Alright everybody, let's go ahead and try out this team against our first boss here. It's gonna be the Aeon Blight Drake, of course. Alright, let's go ahead and set everybody up here, getting all that Hydro applied on our big boy here. Try to get some more Dendra on him as well. Now we're gonna burst with Mavuika, very nice, and make sure we hit her skill again. Try to apply more Dendro here. Look at the damage. We're doing pretty good damage right now. She is applying pyro really well, so I'm really happy about that. And he's dead with a Yelan skill right there. I mean, that was pretty damn fast. I'm really happy with how this team is performing so far. Alright, next up we're going to fight the Desert Dorito. Let's go ahead and try to see if we can take this guy down. Now, he's usually a little bit difficult because, you know, he has that timer associated with him. We have to kill him within a certain amount of time or else, you know, he'll just live. Alright, big burst with Mavuika here. Very nice. Oh, look at that damage. You also get some pretty nice damage just from doing that. And, wow. Okay, that was kind of crazy. Wow, the team actually takes bosses down pretty fast. Now, I know compared to her normal teams, this probably isn't as good, but hey, this is Burgeon Mavuika and she's taking these bosses down fast. I am honestly pretty damn impressed. You're doing a great job, Mavuika. You're doing a good job. I'm honestly kind of surprised. We are blowing up these bosses with ease. I know it's nowhere near as amazing as Mavuika and her best teams, but hey, the fact that this team is functional and working is honestly pretty dang awesome. Let's not get our hopes up too much though. It's now time for this team's final test. Can Mavuika Burgeon 36 star the Spiral Abyss? Well, it's time to find out. And would you look at that? The Burgeon Mavuika team is almost within the 1 minute 30 guidelines for Abyss, only being off by just a few seconds. Honestly, for such a strange Mavuika team, I'm saying that this is an absolute success. If you want to see me try to take the Abyss down with more Burgeon teams, make sure you check out these videos on your screen now. Make sure you don't forget to subscribe, and I will see y'all later.